Hi guys, Spencer Kress coming to you from the scenic Council Bluffs, Iowa. Got a hand from a 2-5 no limit cash game that we played last night. Alright, cards dealt. We get some pocket sixes in the hijack. Gonna face a middle position limper in seat 5. And we go ahead and make a standard raise to $25. Pretty action player calls us on the button, and it's going to be important to note that for later in the hand. Alright, 2 calls. We're going to go to a flop, $80 pot. 10-3-4 rainbow. Face the check. We make a standard C bet for half pot, $40. 2 callers. 8 of spades. With 2 callers on the flop, I like to check here. Look to reach a showdown a little bit easier. Action player on the button bets 120. Like I said, we just can't fold against this guy. We in this instance, unfortunately. So we go ahead and peel a river. See, Queen of Diamonds, another overcard. Once again, looking to get to showdown. We check to him on the button and face a $400 river bet. Now, first thing that's important to note, 400 and 442. This is going to be a pretty polarizing bet. So we're looking at the top of his range, bottom of his range, and really not a lot in between. Big hands first. We'll start with those. Obviously, the nuts out there, Jack 9. We have some sets, 3s, 4s, 10s, 8s, and queens. And then possibly we could give him a combination of like Queen 10. First thing I want to look at is Jack 9. And obviously I'm not going to give him very many legitimate combos there. In order for him to have Jack 9, he would have had to float the flop bet. And so to call a bet on the flop with Jack 9 offsuit on a 10-3-4, or a Jack 9 suited for that matter. Just not going to give a lot of credit to it. Next thing I want to look at is Queen 10. Certainly a reasonable, hand for him to have there. Queen 10, the combinations, we got 3 queens left, 3 10s left, so therefore we're going to have 9 combinations of those. Probably pretty legitimate. Let's look at sets next. First and foremost, I want to look at 10s and queens. Not giving him those combinations because, like I said, he's an action player and chose not to bet, chose not to 3-bet the button pre-flop. So 0 combinations of 10s and queens. We're just going to throw it out. Next thing that we'll give him are the 3 combinations each of 3s, 4s, and 8s. I think those are definitely all legitimate. So altogether, we got 9 combinations of sets with the 3 combinations each of 3s, 4s, and 8s, and then another 9 combinations of Queen 10. So 18 total value hands. Yes, 18 total value hands. Now the next thing we want to look at are his bluffs. And like I said, he's a very action player, so we can't discount really any of them. If we go back to the flop, we're going to see that there are actually a lot of straight draws with the 3-4 out there. So, my primary concerns here, ace deuce, ace 5, 5-6, and 2-5. 2-5, I think that even though he's an action player, he's probably going to fold most of his unsuited combinations of those. So I'm just going to say that he has 4 combinations of the suited 2-5s that he probably follows through with. Ace deuce, ace 5, he's probably got every combination, so 16 combinations each of those. And 5-6, we block, obviously, a couple combinations of that. So, 2 6s out of the deck. There's 2 6s remaining, 4 5s remaining. We have 8 combinations of 5-6. So altogether, 16 plus 16, 32 for the ace 2 and the ace 5. Then we've got our 8 combinations of 5-6 for 40 combinations, and then maybe another 4 combinations of 2-5 suited. So 44 bluffs in his range, and 18 value combinations, and in this instance we're actually getting 2-to-1, so it would have had to be flipped that he had 18 bluffs and 44 value combinations in order for us to make this fold in general. So we're going to exploit a little bet size intel here and discrepancy in his range and call to see that he has a 5-6 offsuit, and finally win a poker hand that we reviewed. Alright guys, if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Have a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in.